Profits versus ethics. Can businesses really balance the two, and is a new kind of ethical business one of the answers to the public's clamour for action on climate change? The weighing of ethics and profits isn't a new conversation, from Victorian philanthropists to modern corporate social responsibility teams. But now it seems like a more pressing issue, with 81% of millennials saying that they expect their favourite brands to make a public declaration of their corporate citizenships, which basically means that they have an environmental, social and ethical agenda. We're really used to businesses focusing on growth, higher sales and higher profit margins. But growth can't be exponential if our resources on the planet are finite. There are loads of ideas for how this might change in the future, but the new kid on the block is the B-Corp. But what exactly is a B-Corp? According to the website, it's a business that meets the highest standards of environmental and social performance, public transparency and legal accountability to balance purpose and profit. You have to go through quite a rigorous application process to be certified, but any business can become a B-Corp. They say that society's biggest challenges cannot be faced by governments and non-profits alone, and that businesses have a key role to play in creating change, which in principle sounds very sensible, but how do we know as a public that B-Corps are companies we can trust? You'll have probably heard of some of the most famous B-Corps, people like Innocent Smoothies, Ben & Jerry's and the fashion label Patagonia. We are here today at Pebblefest, London's newest eco-festival, to talk to some B-Corps, find out who they are and if they're making a difference. I am here with Katie, who is the Sustainability Manager at Innocent, to find out a little bit more about B-Corps. So my first question is, what is a B-Corp to you?
A B-Corp is all about doing business in the right way, being business as a force for good. It's not a thing that makes you a good business, but it certifies the fact that all of the stuff you do as a business is doing business in the right way.
I am here with Ed from Able & Cole. So you guys are a B Corp,
Yep.
And I'd be interested to know how you define a B Corp.
It's a holistic way of looking at business and making sure that no stone is left unturned in making it the most beneficial company it can be. So that involves looking at supply chains, involves looking at how you transport things around the country.
And what is the work that Innocent is doing that means that they qualify to become a B Corp?
So it basically certifies everything that you do.
Okay.
So from the fact that we care about putting recycled plastics into our bottles, from the fact that we care about the people that work in our supply chains, but also the people that work for us as an organisation. It's about the governance, the way the organisation works. It's basically where, say, for example, Rainforest Alliance bananas would certify a specific part of your bananas and say your bananas are sustainable. What this says is actually everything you do as a business certifies you as a responsible
The whole
one.
shebang.
The whole
Like-
shebang. It's everything.
There's a lot of effort that goes into it, and companies don't take that kind of effort lightly. And B Corp obviously wants to remain this shining beacon of sustainability and benefit. So if they find a company doesn't make the grade, they won't give it B Corp. So when you look at the assessment, you're looking at all stages of the business, all stages of the supply chain. So when you look through the assessment itself, it's quite granular as well. So you've got a lot of questions on how many of your raw materials are sourced within a 200-mile radius.
Wow.
So you have solid definitions of what sustainability means. And now that we're getting into an age where it's quite an important thing for business to aspire to, it's quite difficult for them to know what the benchmarks are.
Hello! How's it all going?
Oh, okay, I think. Okay. Yeah, all going well.
So this is Georgina, who is the
Hi.
editor of Pebble and has also organised this entire festival, which is incredible.
And you drove to Devon together.
and we
did
drove
do it
together. I know. It only took 10 hours.
Yeah, it took so long. So I wanted to ask you about B Corps, because you are currently in the process of becoming a B Corp.
We are, yes.
And how can the public who might not know what a B Corp is trust that it's a certification that really matters?
It is the hardest certification out there. The great thing is it's the same certification no matter where you are in the world. So a company in Egypt is going to have to go through the same certification as a company in the States. And for me, it's it covers absolutely everything. So B Corp is that mark of quality that you can trust.
What has the process been like?
It has been tough, and we're nearly there. You've got to get 80 points before you can start having your interview process, and I think we're on 78. And I think we're just tweaking a few things. It's really exciting.
And what do you think the responsibilities of businesses are in 2019, which is a conversation a lot of people have been having?
I think the time for just profit is over. We need to think about planet, we need to think about people. All those things should mesh together. No one's saying you can't make money, but let's do it in a better way. We've had really good challenges on like what is an ethical business. So is it enough if someone's fair trade? Is it enough if they're plastic free? If they recycle their cans but their product's made in Austria, is that still ethical? So it's created a lot of debate, and I think that's good debate because there's not one answer and we're all trying to work this out together.
Having those benchmarks to aspire to has been the most important part, and it's comparing yourself to what other people are doing. It's comparing yourself to what the best are doing and what we could do better. But most importantly, it's being willing to share those lessons.
I feel really confident in knowing that buying from a B Corp is buying for a company that has had that rigorous process to go through, and that I would say it's a really easy way to do some good, because actually someone's done all the hard work for you behind the scenes to check that that company's doing the right stuff. And so that's why I would say buying from a B Corp is the right thing to do.
And if you want to find out who is a B Corp, you can check on their website. One of the really good things about B Corps is that all of the companies who sign up are independently assessed on things like workers, community and the environment. You can check how they score on the things that you really care about and then compare them to other companies. So for example, a company like Patagonia, who are leading the way with disruptive actions like shutting all of their stores on Black Friday, score 151.5 out of 200. We're at the point where businesses really need to take action, and just having them say that they have an agenda on climate change isn't going to bring about the massive change that we need. So having a certification like B Corp means that we can hold companies to account to what they say they're going to do. And it also means that they can talk to their investors in a metric that's beyond making loads of profit. B Corps are just one part of a much larger puzzle of how we fight overconsumption and climate change. But supporting companies who are trying to be more sustainable is making a vote, showing CEOs all around the world that if they want our cash, they need to make a change. The bottom line is where you spend your money really matters, so it's important to investigate companies to find out if the people that you're buying from have values that match up with your own. I would love to know if there's a company that you'd like to see registered as a B Corp, and if you think it's a good idea in the first place, let me know in the comments.
And that's the end of the episode. To find out more and to get inspired, head to our website www.hubbub.org.uk, where you'll find loads of top tips to give you the spark to do things differently. Tune in for the next episode and come and join the Hubbub.